I'm assuming recently a lot of new people have come over to the channel that haven't been here in the past, because I've been getting an awful lot of questions about the equipment that I use. So I thought, rather than add a whole bunch of information to videos that I've already had in the past, I just do one. We'll talk a little bit today about the equipment that I use out here at the test facility. Since we know that human error is an important part of shooting, and sometimes we're measuring data and we don't want that human error part of it, I'm going to use something like this. This is the P3 Ultimate Gun Vise by CTK Precision. And man, this thing works great. It's adjustable in several different ways. It's very lightweight and it's very, very steady when it's locked in. That way, if I have to test a firearm, I don't have to add my factor in, the Jeff factor, to mess things up. If we want to see exactly what an optic, ammunition, a firearm is capable of without the boot behind it influencing the results, I'm going to use a vise like the P3 Ultimate Gun Vise. It works great for me. When I am measuring data, it's important to have it be as close as possible to accurate. And one that I found works really, really good for me to gather good muzzle velocity data is the Caldwell Ballistic Precision Chronograph. What I really, really like, I don't know, I won't even say that. There are a couple things that I really like about it. The first is the great big display that's on it. It's a great big number. I can clearly read it from the bench, and I don't need anything additional in order to use it. I can set it up, I can line it up to make sure I don't shoot my screens, and I can easily read the information on the front. Now, if I'm going to collect a lot of data, probably my favorite thing about this is it plugs into my smartphone along with an app that I downloaded from Caldwell, and it collects and it saves and analyzes all of the data, and it allows me to save it and print it when I get back to my office, and then analyze it in numerous other ways. So I don't have to be out here in bad weather with a notebook and a pen and a pad of paper and try to write and have something blow away if the weather is terrible. It's going to save everything right in my smartphone. And I've got strings going back well over a year now that I've saved. It gives you the opportunity to add information to each one, such as what the firearm is, what the load was, the distance I was shooting, the weight of the projectile. And it uses all of this information to figure in muzzle energy, because once it knows the weight and the muzzle velocity, it can give you that. So I really, really, really like this chronograph. It's easy to use, and it's not a lot of money for what it does. So unless you have all of your data, it doesn't make any sense to collect any of it, because there's always a missing piece. It's important to know the exact distance that I'm shooting. I use this laser rangefinder. It is the Nikon ProStaff 7. It's very, very small, as you can see here. It has a 6-power magnifier in it to help old eyes like mine see when I'm using it out in the field. And it's very, very accurate. And as important, it's easy to use. When I have to measure specific data to measure accuracy, or on a rifle platform, or I'm checking an optic, or I'm checking ammunition, it's important to shoot at a paper target so I can measure a group. On absolutely every single other drill that I run, I find myself lately anyway, I'm running the shootsteel.com steel targets. Now, even though they make all kinds of different ones, the ones I prefer are the half-size silhouettes. They make it challenging at distance. They're a familiar shape. It's kind of nice to be able to hit those knowing that you really only need to train for something twice that size, so it gives you a little bit of a mental buffer maybe. And again, it challenges you. Now, they have others. They have round circles. They have plates. They have prairie dogs, woodchucks, I guess, depending on what part of the country you're from. They have targets that do several things. You knock one down and it throws a clay pigeon up in the air to use with a shotgun. They've got a great product line. They're really reasonably priced, and I love them. And they're scattered throughout the entire facility here. And if you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, you see them regularly. We shoot them all the time. This shooting bench, no, I'm not going to skip the obvious, but I will go over it with you. This is a custom shooting bench that I had built for one of the ranges here at the facility. It's real nice, it's real thick, it's very, very heavy, and it's extremely stable for when I have to use something like the P3 gun vise. It isn't going to move. This is really, really stable. I'll pan over it so you can look at the whole thing. Maybe you have someone in your area that builds these, or maybe you're handy with some wood tools and you could build one too. It doesn't seem too difficult, and it's a really nice, easy, simple, steady, heavy design. So this is a portable shooting bench that I've been using quite a bit in the last couple months. Truth be known, I received it as a Christmas gift probably 3 years ago. I have no idea where it comes from. There are no markings or labels on it, so I don't even know who makes it. If any of you know who make this, please mention it in the comments and I'll share it in the video description. But it works fantastic. It's very stable, it's very lightweight, it folds up, it's portable, and man, you can tighten everything in really tight, or you can leave it so it's just a little bit flexible so you can get on multiple targets or an unknown target really easy without having to adjust to dial anything in or anything. It works out fantastic. I'm going to keep my eye on the comments below the video, and hopefully I can tell you what this is and where it came from. Matter of fact, I'd like to have another one or two. This is another common fixture in the videos. This, I'm not sure who the manufacturer is again, but it's called a buck bench, B-U-C-K bench. It's lightweight, it's aluminum, it's folding, and you have a rest that comes with it that you can position in several different areas depending on what you're doing, whether you're shooting left-handed or right-handed. I use it with Allen sandbags an awful lot, and it works really well. I'll give you a look at the whole thing so you can see how it's constructed, but it works good, it's lightweight, it doesn't take up a whole lot of room, and it really puts up with a crazy amount of abuse. I use this one when it's a lighter firearm or it's something I have to transport, and I'm not incorporating a vise or something like that with it. I'm just going to be shooting it right off the bench. Now, other than the permanent buildings and Connex boxes and garages and things that we have out here like that, a lot of people have asked where and how we store our targets. If you have a facility where you can't put a building but have room for something small like this, it's worked well for me for several years at one of my smaller ranges. It's just a simple, I think they call it a garden or a tool shed. It's an ABS plastic. I got it at Home Depot several years ago. It keeps my targets, my tools, spray paint, staplers, that type of thing, all of the support stuff for one of the small ranges, nice and dry and secure. And again, that works fantastic, and it doesn't cost a ton of money. You can get all of your important materials out to your range and not have to lug them back and forth every single time you use it. For the backstop on the smaller range here, simple. It's a coroplast, and it goes over a wooden frame. Built a wooden frame. I rebuild that maybe a little bit less often than every other year, so it lasts really well. Over that wooden frame, I put up panels of coroplast, and you can see these are all separate panels. And yes, while it's expensive to purchase it new from a sign shop, think political sign. Political sign season is coming up, and this is at least prior to November in 2016, so we've got political signs sprouting everywhere. After election season, candidates that are not running anymore or running for something different and have no interest in picking up their signs are happy to have somebody like you or I pick this stuff up so they don't get a fine from the election commission, because they can only stay out so long after the election season is over, and it makes great stuff to make backstops out of. So in that case, it just costs you a little bit of labor. It's free other than that, and as long as you place your targets on it properly and you don't hammer the hell out of it, say with birdshot, it lasts a really long time. So that is a very short list of my regulars. I use the P3 gun vise quite a bit. I use the Caldwell chronograph a lot. I use the Pro Staff rangefinder a lot. These are things that I use on a regular basis, and they help me perform better to get better information for you. And I'm sure that you won't be disappointed with any of them either. I hope that you enjoyed this short, quick video. Thank you very much for asking these questions over and over, because I would have no idea that that was even information that you're interested in. Anyway, if you did like this, please click like, share us with your friends in your vast social media universe, and until next time, have fun and be safe.